I think we're live. Chat. Are we live? It says we're live. What is up, people? The internet, it is me, Real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful February 2nd, 2026. I hope everyone's having... Yeah. Tyrone, get louder, get closer, something.
What the fuck do you want? Dude, turn my fucking Discord user volume up.
You're already up to 200%. Thank you. All right, so I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and as you can tell, we're joined by Mr. Tyrone. Not really. And we're joined by Mr. Real Texan Politics.
Hello.
Yeah, Real Texan is fun. Like, his audio is perfect, but yours is like shit. So, yeah, we have a lot to talk about today, everybody. Yeah, we're early. I know. We are early by a minute. So, yeah. So before we get into today's stream, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. These are all great ways to support the daily content. And if you do have any questions or concerns or want to support the channel even further, the best way is sending super chats via the chat. Again, we shall read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered. And we have a lot to talk about today. Got to talk about Epstein, got to talk about Thomas Massie, the Supreme Court. They're might be making a big decision this week, but we shall see. Got to talk with Texas, got to talk about a lot of stuff. What do we even start with today? It's a very busy afternoon. I don't know what to start with. Let's start, I guess, with the news that broke a little bit ago from the Supreme Court. So breaking, according to the New York Times, Chief Justice Roberts has imposed NDAs on clerks and staff per the New York Times. Now, this is very unusual. I don't think I've ever seen this before, where the Chief Justice is just invoking like NDAs on people. Now, we were kind of talking before the stream, but I have a feeling that this relates to Section 2 of the VRA. I have a gut feeling that's what's going on here. And they don't want the same thing to happen like under Dobbs, where they leaked the decision. God knows who actually leaked it. And it became a shit show. I'm wondering if that's what's happening here. They know a controversial decision is coming up, and they don't want it to leak again, especially with the betting markets and stuff. What do you guys think?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard about this story.
Yeah, it literally just broke like an hour ago. So,
I'm so sorry about that.
What?
My computer crashed. Hold the fuck up.
Oh, damn. But yeah, so it looks like it's going to be Section 2 because it really can't be birthright citizenship because I don't think they even had a hearing on that yet. So it has to be Section 2. What's another controversial one? I can't really think of one, actually. Not birthright citizenship. There's really nothing on guns. Maybe the trans stuff. I know there's a case on that pending, but I don't know. American Order for 2. You would think the court would already have NDAs. Well, you would think in a sane world you wouldn't need them, but you know, with what happened after Dobbs, yeah, I think you have to. With a big decision like this, you kind of have to. You think these NDAs will hold weight? They should, because you can get big trouble for leaking stuff, but I don't know. But yeah, I do think this case does, this decision potentially, and not a guarantee, I think it's surrounding Section 2. And a reminder that we've yet to see a decision in this term from Thomas, Alito, and I think Gorsuch. I don't think we've seen anything from those three. So things could get very interesting quick. Things are going to get very interesting. So, yeah, Section 2 is, in my opinion, the most likely outcome here. They got it. If they're getting NDA signed, what the hell? What the hell was that?
Hello?
Okay, that's much better. Thank you.
Okay.
So can you hear me now?
Yes. What the hell was that?
So for some fucking reason, okay, so for those who have no context, I just switched over back to Linux from Windows after Windows nearly bricked my computer and gave me 9 fucking driver timeouts while playing Helldivers in 1 hour. Um I just realized that Bazite, the distro that I'm using of Linux, apparently didn't detect my actual $500 condenser microphone. It's been using this shitty little camera on my fucking smart cam, which fell behind my desk.
I told you it
So,
sounded like shit. I told you it did not sound right because I heard a couple days ago it was fine then, but now it's just like, yeah, it was bad.
yeah.
Yes.
So,
You good now? You
yeah,
alive?
we're good now. We're
Okay.
We're good.
American Nerd for 2. What happens if someone breaks these NDAs? Legally speaking, they get everything thrown at them. So
Death penalty.
yeah. But like honestly, I think it's Section 2. I don't see how it can be birthright citizenship. It can't be. Maybe the trans thing. That's still the one other major thing because that is still
I'm
ongoing.
going to share my 2 cents. I think, and I really do think this, I think it's going to be Section 2.
Yeah.
And unlike Dobbs, the Supreme Court, with Roberts dissenting, had 0 issue letting it get leaked. Now, Roberts is all of a sudden saying that they need to keep whatever upcoming ruling they have secret. I think Roberts is going to rule with the conservative majority on this and is trying to he's trying to take as many precautions as possible.
I think so.
Because
I agree with that.
This you don't typically see this level of professional conduct from Roberts. He's not afraid to let shit leak and get pissy if he disagrees with the verdict of something.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. We kind of talked about it before the stream, but like I don't see how or why he would do this because if they're just going to uphold Section 2, why would they need this? People be like, okay, it sucks, but that's the law. It's constitutional, I guess. We're just going to abolish it. But like that, the only way they would do this is they think that this could get really ugly if they overturn it. And that's what's going to probably happen. It looks like because a reminder: Thomas and Alito have yet to rule on anything this term. So, and we're kind of running out of decisions. We're going to see, I guess, the next couple of weeks. Why would they do this? Could be about tariffs, but why would they make a big deal about tariffs?
They're not going to make it that big of an issue about tariffs.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck about tariffs?
And guys, the tariff thing, what they're going to do is they're going to kick the can down the road. They'll be like, oh, the tariffs are fine, but some bullshit excuse. That's what they're going to say. It's like the procedure was wrong. That's how they're going to get around it. They don't want to rule on it, I don't think, but we'll see. We'll see. Now a bunch of states will get to instantly redrawn. Well, yeah, that's why I think they're gonna keep this a secret because that could be the difference between a Republican majority or a Democrat one come this November. So that's why yeah, we'll see. All right. With that being said, we'll see what happens. The Supreme Court's yet to rule on anything. I don't know when the next decision day is. Is it tomorrow? I think. Yeah, when is the next decision day for the Supreme Court? I actually don't know.
Good question.
American Nerd for 6. Hope Roberts retires soon. We need a base chief justice. Someone like Thomas would be perfect for the job. Well, I think I think Roberts retiring soon, but we'll see. I don't imagine Roberts is the type who wants to die in office, or in this case, the Supreme Court. But we'll see. We won't get redistricting before the midterms regarding Section 3. I disagree. They literally are going to rule on it any time now. We're going to get it. It's just a matter of when. But yeah, if they're doing this now, that tells me they're going to rule on it soon. And that gives states like Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama plenty of time to do shit. So, we'll see. We'll see. Why else would they do this? Why? All right.
Oh no.
Yeah, just magic. He's doing this out of precaution, out of the bottom of his heart. That's why he's doing this. He's just so kind.
he's such a nice person that isn't a fucking political liability. Clearly,
Yeah. I was expecting Section 2 to come down in June sometime, but you never know. Why would they do this now, though? And they've yet to have Thomas or Alito issue anything. So that's why I think there's something big coming. We'll see, though. I could be wrong, but I don't know. But enough of that. That's kind of out there. That's to be determined. I do think it's a good sign for us. Really good sign. I mean, for crying out loud, even Kavanaugh said years ago that Section 2 is illegal. For crying out loud, the point is we're going to get something on it. It really comes down to how big of a victory it is, but we shall see. All right. Eli for 65 Swedish bucks. George Lucas, the only thing that files is new friends saying he won't stop ranting about how shit Hollywood is and the Oscars are fake. Wait, what? What about George Lucas and the files? What?
I can't believe Dick Cheney wasn't in the files.
Yeah.
He did all that shit for the love of the game.
That's the funniest thing. Yeah, he just did it because he loved it. How many people did that guy kill again? Freaking millions, I think. Indirectly, but well, or directly, you could say, but yeah, it's kind of funny to think that like Dick Cheney of all people's not even mentioned once. Hell, freaking I think Nix has mentioned a bunch of times also, which is funny, but if VRA is overturned, then I could see Alabama and Louisiana getting new maps, but other southern states will probably wait until after the midterms. Louisiana, Alabama, 100%. They're gonna say fuck you and they're gonna redraw it. But yeah, maybe Mississippi they wait. Georgia probably they'll wait, but yeah. But okay. I guess we gotta get into the big story of the weekend, which was the state of Texas. Quick question: what the hell are you guys doing down there? Just
Well,
what the hell?
The Texas GOP chairman, George Abraham, he's too busy having 911 calls leaked of his son calling 911 because he's beating his wife with a fully loaded gun.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't see that? The Texas GOP chairman, Abraham George, Indian, by the way, a 911 transcript got leaked of his son calling the police and saying that daddy is beating mommy and a loaded gun is involved.
Oh, Jesus.
So yeah, the Texas GOP is too busy throwing all their money at Cornyn and beating their wives to actually win special Senate races. Which,
Now,
by the way, I want to mention there's not going to be a single fucking special session called at this person's not going to be put into any situation where they have to vote on anything unless there's a special session.
Yeah, I should be clear about that. I did not realize this. I know Texas is kind of weird with the session stuff, but apparently they don't even have sessions in even years, I guess, right?
No, they don't. Not for the Senate, at least.
That's weird. That is actually really weird. Why is that?
This is, unless Abbott calls a special session, and he shouldn't. There's no reason to call any special.
Yeah, I can't think of anything because like
then
name one issue.
There's literally no reason. Panic over this person getting elected. Democrats basically wasted money on a seat that they're not even going to fucking hold 2 years from now.
Yeah. Eli for 65. People who are recently befriended Georgia parties before 2012 are complaining he only shits on Hollywood and the awards. That's all there is. Well, yeah. I wouldn't think Lucas was involved in this shit. I don't think he was. But yeah, I think with Texas,
and also our voters aren't showing up.
Well, there are concerns about this race. Now, is it freaking DEFCON 1 like Rich Bears and others are saying no? Which I'm getting so this whole thing's just insane, but
well, we don't need to get into a whole Bears rant right now.
We're not.
But
we won't get there
yet. Is I do think hold on. Sorry, I just woke up like maybe 20 minutes ago.
Damn.
Good morning.
Yeah. I do think that, I mean, turnout was obviously very low across the board, but I do think ICE may have had a bit of an impact in both cases. I mean, like, I would say ICE kept Republicans home and ICE drove Democrats out.
Yeah, I get it.
Well,
funny.
I mean, we're talking about Texas. There's two different types of ICE at play here.
Yeah. For
That's
those
what I
that
meant.
don't know, there was some really shit weather on Saturday. Which explains why on election day.
Okay, well, we didn't have an ice storm on Saturday. We did
Well,
have it the weekend before during early
sorry.
voting, but the Saturday of the election itself, we had just very cold weather, like below
Yeah,
freezing.
that's why I meant it. Like it was really shit weather, which would explain why Republicans did they did awful in the election day vote. Did they do worse in the election day vote than the early vote? I'm
Some
pretty
I
sure they
think we
did.
actually did actually. Um,
Yeah, guys, that's a fluke. That's not sustainable. Give me a break. It's
I
as
do
if
also
people didn't
think though. I
vote.
mean, again, turnout was low across the board, but I think apparently Hispanics shifted like a lot, even from 2016. Like they shifted to the left from 2016, and I know turnout was low, but ICE probably did drive a good chunk of them to vote, especially the ones that are still Democrats.
Yeah, and I'm not denying that. People understand, like, when we say, like, these special elections are not like everything, we're not saying they're not something you shouldn't look at. I'm just saying, like, okay, we don't have to say, well, Hispanics are gonna shift 50 points to the left. That's insane. Say, or hell, 30 points across the board. That's just not gonna happen. Like, that's what some people are claiming. Now, again, we do got some issues. We gotta get these people out to vote. But there are circumstances. It was a shit weather. You had the ice crap. You had Democrats. They're 100% motivated. They're getting all their voters out to vote no matter what. Republicans, what reason do they have to vote on Saturday?
Nothing. Everything's perfectly fine and dandy with Trump in office now.
Well, that's a serious issue. A lot of these voters, they don't care. Outside of presidential years and maybe a midterm, they're not going to vote on a Saturday night. Which, by the way, why was it on a Saturday like that? That's kind of
Because
weird.
Abbott, and I don't know if it's Texas law, but Abbott always schedules special election runoffs for Saturdays.
That's stupid.
Um, Also, I will say the other thing, candidate quality might have played an issue here. The Democrats ran a basically working class white guy. Um, I think he worked for Lockheed Martin or something,
Ah,
union worker. And then Republicans. Okay, well, back in November, we did have the Democrat ran unopposed, and then there were two Republicans. One was Lee Wamsgans, who was Trump endorsed. I believe she is or was the CEO of Patriot Mobile.
oh God, you.
Um, and then there was John Huffman, who was the more moderate candidate. He was the former mayor of Southlake, Texas, which is a very wealthy suburb of Fort Worth. Um, and also, this guy was kind of salty throughout the entire election cycle after November.
Really?
Um, yeah,
What a dumbass. So
but
they're
but
yeah.
yeah. So I think look, Lee Wamsgans. I with all due respect for her, she's a fighter. I don't think she was that inspiring of a candidate, and I also think she might have had a bit too much of a Trumpy persona for a suburban district.
Yeah, I mean, there are things again like with the turnout stuff, but yeah, I do think there are lessons to take away from this. You cannot just try to imitate Trump one to one and think it's going to work. It has it ever worked once. Somebody try to imitate Trump one to one or anything like that
I mean,
ever.
I will say she's not going around claiming that the election was stolen, but
Well, yeah,
you know,
but still, like you can't just run on being orange man. Like you just can't. To a certain point, it's just not going to happen. Just not. You're just not going to win. But
mhm. I
American.
mean, she'll win in November with
Oh
higher
yeah, she'll
turnout.
win. These
Obviously, I mean,
dumbasses going
it's an
around
auto
saying
flip.
these dumb shits are really believing they're going to win that seat this November. Good luck.
Yeah, they're not, but Democrats are going to pour a lot of money into Tarrant County
Oh
over.
yeah,
I mean, it's pretty much impending. That could have implications on some county-wide races, like for some of the judge positions, especially county judge. Tarrant
yeah.
County judge, that could be an issue. That could be a race to watch.
And plus, when it comes to Texas, remember, state senate districts are bigger than congressional ones, which is stupid. But
Yeah, they have. Well, okay. Let me tell you something about the state rep and state house, well, state house and state senate seats. The number is based on the Bible.
Yeah, it's based on how
what?
many proper, but yeah, The House has 150. There's 150 Psalms, so there's 150 House seats, and there's 33 Proverbs, so there's 33 seats.
31.
Oh my.
31, my bad. Yeah.
31 Proverbs, 31 state Senate seats.
Wow, that's. I'm sorry, but that is just why. Why?
Yeah, better than Wisconsin.
Oh, thank you. Let's see here. A couple super chats. American Nerd for 5. Heard that Texas had a lot of snow and ice, so people couldn't vote in the special election. That said, we shouldn't use this as an indicator for the midterms. Well, yeah, I mean, there are takeaways. You got to get these people out to vote. That is a serious concern. Nobody's denying that. Just say, oh, this race that had half the turnout of the 22 election or something. Like, no, that's not going to indicate anything. But a quick reminder, the same thing happened to Ohio 6. Everybody forget about that one? Ohio 6, it was Trump plus 35, really won by 6 or whatever. And he really won by like 36. So it's horse shit. It's just bullshit. These people don't understand this, but they don't care.
I guess Lee Wamsgans at the end of the day, she'll probably win by somewhere around 10 to 15 in the next round.
All right. Eli for 27. Also, the Mafia is still around by 2015, apparently. Well, I mean, I think they still are around, but President Gilbert Getty up for 5. Remember, Texas voters, especially Republicans, are very low turnout voters. Is that true?
I will also say a lot of the Republicans in Tarrant County, and I know this from door knocking. A lot of them are boomers. If not,
son of a bitch, motherfucker.
Yeah.
What are you playing?
Yeah, boomers. If not, silent generation.
Yeah. Let's see. President Gilbert Getty up for 5. Remember Texas? Oh, read that already. American Nerd for 10. Watch Regal's take on this last night, and he said that if we had the 2019 economy while the ICE stuff happened, people wouldn't be so sour on the immigration issue. Agree or disagree? I 100% agree. If the economy's booming, no one gives a shit about immigration. That's just a fact. Look at 2019. The economy was great, and immigration was like the number 20 issue. Now, part of that was because they secured the southern border, but yeah. Now, it's a little bit different now with the mass deportations, but still, I agree with that. You have a good economy, nobody gives a shit about immigration. Just honestly, nobody's gonna give a shit. But that's the issue. We still have a slow economy, though there are some indicators out there to show that we might finally be getting out of the Biden economy. As apparently it sounds like
Okay, by the way, speaking of the economy, let me mention one more thing about the Texas Senate race.
Yeah.
Or Senate district race. The Democrat basically ran a Zoran campaign. As in, he ran on affordability and rent control, stuff like that. Basically, full-on economic issues.
Yeah. I gotta find the tweet because, this right here is why people gotta chill with some stuff and why we are seeing economic recovery. It's going a lot faster than people thought it was
going to be. Not only that, but there's also a university in this district, University of Texas at Arlington. So having basically somebody run a Zoran style campaign probably is going to turn out a lot of the students.
All right. So right here. So Qantas Insights, again, everybody should go follow them. They're great guys. They dug into the numbers, and for those that don't know, the manufacturing index, which is a really good indicator for how the strength of the economy or how our company's doing, it's a really good metric out there to use for the state of the economy, and it surged. It is the highest since early 2022 and late 2021. And it's a giant jump in the last couple months. It went from like 48 to 53 or whatever. It's a sign that most major manufacturing sectors grew, from machinery to chemicals, which tells us the pickup is broad, not fragile. So this is huge for Trump because the whole thing that's holding him back is the economy. That is the number one issue for people. Not Epstein. Let's cut the shit. It's not about fucking Epstein.
No one gives a fuck about Epstein.
Or about Iran. I'm getting so sick of this. Does the average voter really care about Epstein? Honestly.
The average Democrat does.
Oh, the average Democrat. But I'm talking about the average, low propensity voter. Do they really give a shit about Epstein?
No.
They care more about the state of the economy. And there's metrics out there indicating that it's going to get a lot better this year. Not saying it's going to be perfect, but it should be a lot better than it was, which that's the one thing holding Trump back. That's why I've argued it's the economy, stupid. Did everybody forget about the saying from Bill Clinton's campaign in 96, I think it was, or 92? It's the economy. Like, if people think the economy sucks, it doesn't matter what you say or do. They're not going to like you. Same thing with Biden. Obama was hated for most of his term because the economy stunk. So, yeah. All right. Foreign direct investment is the number one indicator of future growth. And yeah, there's a lot of countries investing in America. I think it's up to 8 trillion, I think. The Trump got 8 or 9 trillion, I think. It's just nuts. But not just for 1 year, but over the course of like 10 years. So, but okay. I guess we could talk about what is there to talk about? What do you guys have to say about anything?
I'm playing Helldivers.
Thank you. All right, I guess we talk about the there was a poll that came out a little bit ago that, listen, remember everyone kept saying that, oh, the average voter, Trump broke his promise. The average voter thinks that. You remember how people keep saying this? That's what the average voter thinks, that Trump broke all of his promises. Well, funny enough, Harvard Harris released a brand new poll. Was Trump's policies in his first year in office consistent with his campaign promises? And 55% of voters said consistent. A majority. It's as if Trump is actually doing what he said he was going to do. Why do people think he's not doing that? Do people really think that the Epstein files were the number one issue for Trump? Do they actually believe that for 2024? Because I'm confused. Like, has he broken a single promise yet? Of his actual campaign promises, not just in one-time interview where he says, yeah, I'll look at the Epstein files. Has he broken a single major promise?
No.
And the average voter sees it. Wow. What a shocking turn of events. It's just stupid. I don't get, like, why are these people obsessed with Epstein so much? That is a serious question. Does anybody have a clue why?
Because pedophilia is bad or something.
It's all because the Orange Man. They want to.
Yeah.
They think it's because the walls are closing in on the evil Orange Man.
Let's see him wiggle his way out of this one. For the fucking 10,000th time. You're telling me that these assholes never cared once about the trafficking under Biden. Remember that? How many kids disappeared? Like 400,000 under Biden?
400,000, 500,000.
Yeah, they all just vanished. Nobody gave a shit.
Some numbers were saying up to 1 million kids disappeared under Biden.
Yeah.
Because you also need to keep in mind the amount of illegal children that are being trafficked in the country.
That's true. And plus, these are just estimates. God knows how many people actually showed up. We don't actually know. Yeah, it's just like, these people did not give a rat's ass. Did Massey say once under Biden anything about the trafficking? I don't think he did once. It's just bullshit. K-Cup for 5. Biased people. Trump went back on his promises. No consistency. Me trusting a plan. Man, I paid less than $40 for food and gas. Yeah. And that's what's going to happen. People are going to slowly begin to feel like the economy is starting to go good again. It's starting to get back to 2019. I don't think it's going to be the exact same, because like 2019 is like a perfect scenario, but people are going to start feeling like the economy is getting better. Therefore, Trump's approval will rise. That's the only reason approval is down right now, not because of freaking Epstein. Even these same assholes, they admit in their own polling that nobody gives a shit about Epstein. It's just bullshit upon bullshit upon bullshit. It's nothing real. All right, 145,000 been found right now. Yeah, 145,000 been found. Yet the Trump administration is totally not taking the issue seriously. Totally not. All right. My stance is the Epstein files are a serious issue, but there are more pressing issues at the moment, like the economy and immigration. Well, yeah, I mean, like there are questions of the Epstein files. Like, why was Steve Bannon given Epstein an interview in 2019? Which did you guys see that, by the way? The Epstein interview. Did any of you guys watch that?
Uh, Steve Bannon and Epstein now.
Yeah. Don't. It was the dumbest thing ever. I mean, just why were you interviewing him then in like 2019? Really? Right before he, got whacked or whatever. It's like, seriously? Or it's like 2018 or whatever. That's after everything got
And,
exposed, and that's when he
by the
interviewed
way,
him.
by the way, Steve Bannon wants to run for president in 2028.
Yeah, funny how these people are supporting him, by the way. Notice that? These people support Bannon, yet they have not said a word about that. Not one. All right. American Nerd for 10. Sorry to get off topic, but I just looked up the Artemis 2 launch date. It'll be on the 8th, was going to be on the 6th, but they had a delay because of cold. As the last time NASA launched in the cold weather was challengeable. Yeah, they're not going to piss around that stuff anymore. So, yeah, we're going to stream that probably. We'll stream that, I think.
American Nerd, when are you going to send your twos to the Great Lakes perspective?
Thank you. All right. Who are you going to blame more? The one who lost the kids or the one who hasn't found all of them? Yeah, I mean, like, you should be blaming Biden, but these assholes are just saying, no, it's Trump's fault. He didn't reverse 5
We
years.
wouldn't have to be searching for 500,000 disappeared kids if Biden had done his job in the first place, just saying.
Or, hell, just half of his job. He didn't have to do anything. He just had to sit there and just let it play out. Like, no, he couldn't even do that. K-Cup for 5. Epstein, you are worthless. You are nothing. Kid on Xbox, bro. You legit had a 1 to 4, 24 K to D ratio. You suck on God, no cap, boomer con slop. Well, I find it funny he was actually an Xbox, which is just a bit concerning, but yeah. Bannon was making a documentary about him. But yeah, why would you be making a documentary about Epstein? Why? Especially right after all that shit leaked. Like, what was he thinking? But not a single word about that. Not a single anything. Everything's about Trump with those anonymous tips, which, by the way, I debunked today. Freaking, it's literally just a schizophrenic saying, oh, guys, this golf course that didn't exist in the 90s, yeah, they buried a body under there. American Nerd for 2. I'll send 2s to Great Lake if Rap shows up. So, real text, that's your answer right there, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Steve will not get 3%. He won't even crack 2%. Who's gonna vote for Steve Bannon? Who's be like, yeah, we gotta vote for Steve Bannon or something. I can't think.
Again, Steve Bannon's not running to try and get elected. Steve
I know.
Bannon's running because he's trying to force the fucking debate.
Yeah,
to
but
shift to the right.
I get that, but seriously, you got Vance running. Good enough. You don't need much more than that. You already got Vance running. All right. I wanted Steve Bannon to make the debates. There's no way in hell they're gonna allow it to happen. They rigged the 24 debates. They're gonna rig it again for the RNC. They're not gonna allow Bannon on the stage. There's no way. All right. I'll say Trump's not done more than I thought he would do, but he's doing a good job. Well, I mean, there are some things I'm disappointed with. I'm not denying that. I think with the deportation stuff, which we've gone over a million times now, there's got to be more of it. There's going to be more deportations, but part of that is they had to take time to build up the operation and then, get the big, beautiful bill. We're getting new ICE agents trained. How many is up to now? Like a couple thousand, right? I'm pretty sure there's a couple thousand being trained right now. I think. All right. Candace. What about Candace Owens? What does she do now? I don't think I want to know. Okay. Where we at? So, guys, got any thoughts on anything? Anything to talk about?
Uh,
Thank you.
uh,
I'm trying to find something. Like I lost it.
uh,
So, while I'm trying to find this, please say something of note.
my name is, yeah.
Thank you.
Gas is down to below $2 across all of Austin now.
Yay.
Interesting.
So I'm doing pretty good with the gas prices, I will say.
Yeah. So, okay, I got it. Shit, I got it pulled up. There we go. So, Harvard Harris released another part of the poll, and they found out. I got it finally pulled up. Good lord, it took a while. Support for deporting all illegal immigrants. So this is right after the Alex Preddy shit, after the Renee Good stuff, after Ice Bad, and a majority of Americans still support deporting all illegal immigrants. And this is from a Trump minus 12 sample, by the way. That's saying this.
Because the median voter's opinion seems to be, I support deporting illegal immigrants, but I don't like the way ICE is handling things.
No shit. Like, these idiots really thought they supported amnesty now. What a bunch of they actually believed it. Over the last 2 weeks, they've been saying, "Oh, people don't like ICE. They want that means they want to abolish ICE." No, they're just saying like they don't like some of the stuff going on. Which, listen, after a shooting, this happens every time. After a big shooting happens, police approval goes down. Did everybody forget BLM in 2020? They surged record popularity, and 5 minutes later, it blew up.
It's the same thing with like gun control. The median voter supports gun control after a school shooting, and then it just,
Goes away.
collapses again. Yeah.
It happens every fucking time. We have to keep explaining this, but because these idiots don't understand that or they lie about it. Stupid.
Now, I don't imagine support for abolishing ISIS went up, but that's still probably mostly among Democrats, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like, I do agree that, yeah, they've taken a popularity hit, but what do you think's gonna happen? What you think we just gotta say, please leave, and they'll leave? Just if we say it nicely enough, that'll make them leave. Yeah, I'm sure of it.
Oh, the poor 5-year-old in the bunny beanie is scared,
God.
so we need to open up the borders and shit.
Quick,
Well-
the brown man is crying, burn the Constitution.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, that meme is every time I see it, I just laugh. It's true. It's not just people on the left now; it's just dumbasses on the right that's saying it now.
Also, you see the Democrats are already parading the 5-year-old around like, he's already their like
Well,
martyr.
If we gotta talk about that, we gotta talk about what the judge wrote in his decision.
Oh yeah, that's a full-blown activist judge. Like that judge. Well, okay, was that judge a woman?
No, it was supposedly a man, I think.
Supposedly a man. Okay, well it is.
There's no such thing as a man that votes Democrat.
Yeah, so
Okay, well this guy basically just scrolls through Instagram, sees something he doesn't like, and then he does that. Yeah.
yeah. So
'Cause,
this
that
is
5-year-old's face was plastered all over Instagram, and I can tell you that from experience.
now again, like freaking I can't believe I explain this, but for those that don't know, these judges are supposed to have no say in immigration stuff. They're supposed to have zero say in this. There are immigration judges for a reason, not these bullshit federal judges that can just say, "Oh, yeah, I can intervene because I say so." It's the law, and they're just ignoring it. They're not even pretending anymore. But yeah, so this was a real decision by a real judge, okay? A real district judge. And he wrote, I can't believe this is real. Philadelphia, September 17th, 1787. Well, Dr. Franklin, what do we have? A republic if you can keep it. With a judicial finger in the constitutional dike, it is so ordered. Signed this 31st day of February, 2026.
First of huh?
Yeah.
What?
Signed this day, 31st day of February.
I'm convinced they just make bullshit up sometimes, honest to God.
First of all, since when did these judges like cite this shit? Oh, well, Dr. Franklin, what do we have? What? But on top of that,
Yeah.
what he writes it like a resist liberal, and then he includes a picture of the kid at the bottom, which that never
He writes it
happens.
like a resist lib.
Yeah.
Wow, almost like he is a
And
resist lib.
look at this. He cites Matthew 19:14. Oh, go to hell, dude.
It's one of those James Tallarico Christians.
Yep. This is real. This is a real decision by a judge. This is somebody like God knows who is Fred appointed by. His name is Fred Byrie. I can only imagine it's either a Bush or not Bush one, but let's see who appointed him. I can only imagine. Fred Byrie. Oh, so he is from Texas, by the way. This is your guys' fault.
Oh, wow.
His education is Texas Lutheran College and Southern Methodist University.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. He was appointed by Bill Clinton. He's 78. That explains a lot. It's an old ass white guy.
Okay.
mean
Oh,
98?
yeah. Boomer lib.
Yep. My God, I gotta read the rest of
Okay,
this.
Boomer Waffen.
Yeah.
But I know you.
Yeah, that Boomer Waffen.
I know you prefer the term old ass white people.
Well,
but
I
like Boomer
Waffen is starting to grow on me a little bit. Every time I think of Boomer Waffen, I just think of the freaking those old ass white guys that just with that freaking that casket. You guys know what I'm talking about? With Bride Steele's house. Yeah, it's like insane. Mr. M for 5. Did Trump say something dumb about housing recently? I saw this with someone saying his movement's dying, so I don't know. Okay, I want to clear about this because there is a very complicated answer to this. Yes, I think what he said was stupid about housing. Kind of. For those that don't know, he said he wants to keep housing prices high. That's basically what he said. But, and again, that pissed a lot of people off for good reason. Because, like, the average Gen Zer, they can't afford a house right now. And he kind of implied, like, some people are lazy, which you could argue that. But the point is, the problem with what Trump has to deal with is you can't just tell the average voter, yeah, I want your house to collapse in value. Does nobody understand how
Trump has to balance between Zoomers and millennials who own homes here,
and sadly enough boomers.
The boomers and late Gen X guys who have homes that have they have these homes from a previously dog shit housing market, and they're trying to hold on to their investments. Trump has decided he's going to maintain, because he has wrongfully ascertained that boomers are going to be a more reliable voter bloc.
But here's the other problem, though. The boomers, especially boomer house owners, they make up the largest share of the electorate, especially midterms. That's a sad fact. And you got to find a fine line between, okay, you got to make housing affordable, but you just don't want to outright say, yeah, I want housing to crash. I want the value of the house to go down by 50%. Politically speaking, that's suicide to do that.
These boomers still want to keep their houses at $1 million. So
Yeah.
they can tell the kids, hey, you can have this if you stop spending money on Starbucks.
Yeah, it's fucking boomers. That's the issue. And older Gen Xers, and they make up a good share of the electorate. You don't want to piss them off in a midterm or in general. That's why Trump has to play this game. Now, the interest rate's still the major problem, but I do agree the housing, just the raw value of the house has to go down. It just has to go down. They are making progress towards that. They're deporting a lot of people. I believe they're going for Section 8 housing now, I think, right? I believe they're going after that now, so it's, yeah.
Remember, guys, work harder and stop spending money on Starbucks.
That's real.
And you can own a house.
American Nerd for 3. Nothing against Great Lake. Haven't seen his streams. Well, they're live most nights. So, American Nerd for 2. Supposedly in very big air quotes. Yeah. K-Cub for 5. Breaking. Federal judge rules ICE must hand over the kid they rescued. Says the Trump detention centers are bad and he must be returned to the cages. That's real. President Gilbert Giddy up for 5. He cites the Bible. Whatever happened to these people saying to keep church and state separate? Is it convenient to those people when it benefits you? Yeah, it is. It's like a dumbass in Texas, Rico. He does the same shit. Oh, we got to keep religion out of state or church out of state. We got to keep it separate. But then, oh, guys, look at this out of context Bible verse that affirms my worldviews. And oh, by the way, I'm not actually Christian.
The Bible says love thy neighbor, and that's it.
Yeah. Totally nothing about like just don't look up what it says about yeah.
Open the Bible, love thy neighbor, close the Bible.
Yeah. Just close the Bible. You don't even read it. You just read one word, the. All right. Housing prices are high mainly due to insane building restrictions implemented by boomers. Well, yeah, that's the issue. They're not building enough houses, and there's these insane regulations that should not exist, and they do because reasons. We're crying out loud. Like, I know, like you can't really do that now, but 100 years ago, you literally could buy a house from Sears. You can freaking buy a house, and it's like half the value of it now, or the cost of it. It's like much bigger than the average house is now, which is just insane. But it's like these insane regulations we got. Nobody can build a house. Nobody can do anything with it. It just that's the issue. And I agree with that. But still, there's got to be a fine line. I don't know how you both appease the boomers and Gen Zers. How do you do that? You just realistically can't.
I mean, you can't. You have to decide: are you going to appease boomers or are you going to appease Are you going to appease boomers or Zoomers? And Trump is going to appease the boomers.
Yeah, but that does not mean that they're going to not do anything for Gen Zers. It just they're going to make sure they stay happy. Boomers are. It sucks, but we'll see what happens. I mean, like, I do think with interest rates going down very slowly and Trump finally made his pick for the Fed, I do think we're going to see costs go down. Hell, rent right now is the cheapest it's been in 4 years, according to CNBC. So, I mean, there are indicators that, yes, housing is getting cheaper slowly. But again, Trump just, you can't expect the president to say, yeah, guys, that house you bought that's worth like $500,000, I want it to be cut in half in the next year. Like, no, it's stupid. All right. Plus new houses are built like shit. Oh yeah, they are. They're built like dog shit. Wow, who would have thought like importing cheap labor that had no skills like would be a bad thing? Wow, what a shocking turn of events. All right, so enough of that. I guess we got to talk about the what happened with India today. Yeah, India did something. So for those that don't know, Trump and Prime Minister Modi of India, they have officially reached a trade agreement. And apparently, here's what we got. All right, we cut our tariff rate from 25 to 18%. And India, likewise, will reduce their tariffs and non-tariff barriers against the United States to 0. So we basically, we lower rates slightly, even though it's still higher than it was before. And India is allegedly going to cut all trade barriers to the United States. And they also will buy American at a much higher level. And also, in addition, over $500 billion of U.S. energy, technology, agriculture, coal, and many other products. So $500 billion we're getting into the United States. No more trade barriers.
Trump loves that number. He loves 500 billion.
I noticed that. It's always $500 million with him. Not $1 trillion, it's $500 million. Because it just looks good. $500 billion, excuse me. It sounds good. It sounds right. But yeah. And on top of that, apparently, India has agreed to stop all buying of all Russian oil.
Okay, that's a fat fucking lie. I'll believe it.
Yeah, that's what they're claiming. Like, it's freaking India, so like you gotta be careful with these guys. But that's what they're claiming they're gonna do. They're gonna stop buying Russian oil and instead buy Venezuelan oil and American oil. So that's what they're claiming. But I don't know. We're talking about India. They say this shit and they freaking, yeah. We all know the story by now. Yeah.
You're telling me I shouldn't trust a country full of people that are known for being serial scammers?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. In other news, everybody. Um, yeah. Small loan of $500 million. Excuse me, $1 trillion. Half a trillion. Yeah, it is always half a trillion. I noticed that now. They say that. Yeah, it's always 500 billion, or like just straight up like 2 trillion or something. But okay, I think we have to talk about. Did I miss anything? Kind of went over all the major stuff, I think. There is still a big fight on going over the Save Act. Apparently Chuck Schumer says they will not support the Save Act. No shit.
Wow. Democrats aren't going to support the thing that allows them, or that doesn't allow them to keep rigging elections? Imagine my fucking shock.
Yeah, so apparently the House, though, they're going to move forward their plan to attach all the funding to it. So,
Fetterman will. I'm calling it now. Fetterman is going to flake, and he's going to vote in line with it.
we'll
Or
see.
he's going to vote against party line. I think he's going to vote with the Republican Party on the issue.
Yeah, right here. This is what Chuck Schumer said. This is a real statement. I have said it before, I'll say it again. The SAVE Act would impose Jim Crow type laws to the entire country, and it's dead on arrival in the Senate. Excuse me, I had to sneeze for a second. It is a poison pill that would kill any legislation that is attached to. If House Republicans add the SAVE Act to the bipartisan appropriations package, it will lead to another prolonged Trump government shutdown. So you're telling me that a piece of legislation that theoretically, if there's nothing suspicious going on at all, would change nothing, you're against it? Seriously, what does the law actually change? Can these assholes even like tell us what it means, like what the SAVE Act actually does?
The Dems know because
Yeah.
they don't read. Neither do their voters.
Yeah, I mean the SAVE Act is just pure common sense. It's not far enough, in my opinion, but
That's the reoccurring theme with the Trump administration, and they're not going far enough.
all right. Is he saying Europe is Jim Crow? Yeah, every country on Earth Jim Crow, everybody, including India and like freaking what's another random country like
Botswana.
yeah, or Bangladesh or something. I don't know. The SAVE Act is actually liked by people. Yeah, the average person, you tell them what's in the SAVE Act, they support it. It's like, oh, just voter ID and just generic stuff like that. It's not Jim Crow. Give me a freaking break. Okay. Where are we at?
Can we get much higher?
Oh, Trump just put out another statement about Jeffrey Epstein. Oh boy. Oh boy. What do you say now? Okay, so apparently President Trump, he said, this is a statement for President Trump, a rapid response. He says that not only wasn't I friendly with Jeffrey Epstein, but based upon information that has been released by the DOJ, Epstein and a sleazebag line quote unquote author named Michael Wolff conspired in order to damage me and or my presidency. So much for the radical left's hope against hope, some of whom I'll be suing. Additionally, unlike so many people that like to talk trash, I never went to the infested Epstein Island, but almost all these crooked Democrats and their donors did. Which he's not wrong. That's a funny thing about this. He did not go to the island once. Everything, even all the files that were released, not one shred of evidence he even was on the island. Nothing. Not in these bullshit claims that, oh, guys, Tyrone, did you know that H.W. Bush, like, freaking, he just did a ritual sacrifice to somebody? Did you know
I
that?
talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, I'm just being sarcastic. Or the
I can't believe President George H.W. Bush would ritually sacrifice children to Moloch.
Yeah. Or freaking guys, did you know that they buried a body under the 19th hole at the golf course that didn't even exist? It's just insane. Puerto Rico for 5. Bad Bunny said F ICE last night, even though Puerto Rico is part of the United States. It's why the majority of celebrities are out of touch. Well, yeah, they are.
So here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
My friend actually told me a very funny theory, and I'm starting to believe it. My buddy thinks Bad Bunny is going to intentionally hire illegal dancers and singers at the Super Bowl despite ICE and the Trump admin.
That
That might happen.
yeah, I think that might happen. Yeah.
These people are so
Which would be
deranged.
fucking hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
I would love for nothing more than to see the Seahawks win after a halftime show where Bad Bunny and all of his fucking dancers get arrested for being illegals.
Listen, the funniest outcome is like they don't even start the halftime show. You just see like freaking like ice raid occur in the
This
field.
halftime show has been seized by ICE.
Freaking yeah, we like detained Bad Bunny for like employing like illegal immigrants.
Yes.
Oh my
Do
gosh.
Do it, Trump, please.
If Trump does that, I don't give a shit what he does the next 3 years. That'll be that alone would be worth my vote from 2024. I still don't even know who Bad Bunny really is.
He's some fucking.
I know it's just some
Like-
shitty like pop or something. I don't freaking know.
Puerto Rican.
Who knows? Parektis for 10. What if we defeat the SAVE Act and we elect AOC and Jasmine Crockett as POTUS and vice president so we can accelerate to 2032 with he who should be named as top of the GOP ticket? Wouldn't we have the maidens then? Oh, God. Thank you. Puerto Rico for 2. Also, Puerto Rico independence is a grift. Yeah, but they're not going to go independent. It's just stupid. They're not going to go independent. They can't afford it. I still think the arrangement right now is the best case scenario. They're kind of out there, but they're kind of part of the U.S. So, all right. Trevor Noah at the Grammys. Oh, he might get sued. Unironically, he might get sued into oblivion by Trump, which would be hilarious. But what a dumb shit. Oh yeah, we're just gonna say something that we can now say is complete horseshit on national TV. Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna go well. What's the worst that can happen when 10 people are watching the Grammys? Because nobody gives a shit about the Grammys anymore. Nobody cares. American
Thank
Earth.
you, Jeff Cayley, for causing AAA riots against High Guard.
American Nerd for 2. Imagine ICE arrests Bad Bunny during the halftime show. Please, Trump, if you're listening,
Well, I mean,
do it.
I mean, he's Puerto Rican. He technically couldn't be deported unless they denaturalize him. But
Like they're not. I don't think they're gonna
No,
actually denaturalize him.
they need to arrest him.
Yeah, just say he's employing illegal labor, like cheap labor.
yeah, at the very least, if he's like harboring illegal immigrants, which he probably is.
Oh, he
yeah.
is 100%. Oh my gosh, ICE right in the middle of the freaking halftime show. Do it. Like you would save America and the rest of the world like from having to listen to that shit. Anyways, nobody wants to listen to Bad Bunny. Nobody ever can turn it off. Nobody wants to say, yeah, let's go watch Bad Bunny perform a halftime show.
Let's watch Bad Bunny, I want to listen to some Latin music, come on,
Yeah.
man.
Grammys have been bad for a long time. I don't even remember the last time people gave a shit about the Grammys. Nobody cares anymore. Because it's just same slop every year. Guys, did you know that Orange Man is bad? Laugh for the next half an hour.
The NFL does not know who their fucking target audience is.
Dumb shits. When the halftime show flops like it's going to, I'm gonna laugh. It's going to. No, everyone just turn it off. Who's gonna want to watch that shit?
What Trump should do is Trump should host his own alternative halftime show where he just gets a bunch of it.
I think TPUSA is doing that actually.
Yeah, Turning Point's announcing their performers.
I don't even
today.
want it. It's gonna be some boomer slop like
I was
Kid
gonna say
Rock.
you need to get Tom Brady and Nicki Minaj to host their own halftime.
Well, speaking of Nicki Minaj, guys,
I'll tell you what I think. I'll tell you what I think the halftime show is going to be. I think it's going to probably be Nicki Minaj. I think it's probably
Thank you.
Lee Greenwood, probably a combination of those four.
We'll see. Practice for 10. I know I might be the weird one here, but I went to Puerto Rico in 2016 as part of a mission trip for the church. I totally believe they deserve to be a state. Their people are amazing. No, I get the idea of statehood. I just think right now, The best course of action is just keeping the territory. I'm not against the idea of statehood for Puerto Rico. So, K-Cup for 2. Nickelodeon had a better halftime show recently. That's real. Okay, I guess we got to talk about Nicki Minaj, I guess, because somebody brought it up. She's obviously like, let's cut the crap. Like the White House told her to say that stuff, but I want to find it hilarious if Nicki Minaj of all people just single-handedly, like through sheer willpower, it makes Trump popular with young people again. I'm not saying that's what's going to for sure happen, but she made like 20 tweets last night, like bashing Democrats and like saying we gotta get voter ID and shit. We gotta freaking like all that stuff. I mean, I'm not saying like she's gonna like make everybody love Trump again or whatever, but still, it's kind of funny to see that. Like Nicki Minaj old people might freaking just it's insane. We live in a weird timeline where Nicki Minaj is shilling for President Trump for reasons. American Nerd for 2. I'd rather watch shit post than the halftime show. Just watch anything. Watch anything instead of the halftime show. It's just gonna be dog shit. Imagine ICE detains Bad Bunny, then as he is being hauled off the village, people walk by.
Guys.
It's real.
Never mind. We do have the Turning Point halftime show lineup.
Oh God, who is it?
It is Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, Lee Bryce, and Gabby Barrett.
Slop. That is just pure slop. Well, to be fair, there's not really many conservative picks to choose from. There really isn't.
I mean, obviously, you can't really have one without Kid Rock.
Yeah. But can you send a link to this? Oh, I got it. Yeah. But yeah, I do
It's
think
funny because, like, for like the past several months, I've been seeing nothing but AI slop of like all these like old country singers and rock singers being halftime show performers. Yesterday, I saw AI slop of Paul McCartney and Bob Dylan being halftime.
Oh my
show
gosh!
Notorious right-wing singer Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
Who totally has not been making liberal protest songs since the 1960s.
I mean, like,
and can't even really fucking sing anymore.
I mean, like, are these guys better than freaking Bad Bunny? Sure. Come on, you tell me you can't find like somebody else. You gotta find slop. Yeah, I mean, like the best option here,
you're telling me they couldn't have found Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, why? Just get Nicki Minaj at this point. Why not?
I don't know. She'll probably be at CPAC in Dallas next month, which, by the way, I'll be at CPAC in Dallas next month.
Yeah, again, like, real Texas. Speaking of that, like, what's your thoughts on Nicki Minaj, like, potentially, like, red pilling people again?
I mean, if she wants to support Trump, I'm all for it. I mean, maybe she can get some of the young people on board, but, as long as she doesn't start twerking on stage like, Megan Thee Stallion, I think we'll be all right.
Oh, God.
I don't think she'll do that, though. It seems like she's trying to moderate her image.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it'll be fine.
All right. Couple more super chats. American Earth for 2. Never thought Nicki Minaj would be on our side. Yeah, kind of weird thing to say, but she's always been kind of out there on that, so not really the biggest surprise, but all right. Josh for 2. I miss when Rap said bozo. Well, we really haven't had many bozos lately to deal with, so. Ben Cynics has been a member for 15 months. The Will Stansel arc in Minnesota has been interesting. Yeah, I saw that. The Will Stansel memes are still going strong. I love it. American Nerd for 2. Music has been good since like 2013 or whatever. It has been good in a long time. Pretty bad for a long time now. All right. If anyone got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, whatever, send them now. Last calls for super chats. I don't think we missed anything. Kind of everything. Kind of a slower day. It's slower than I thought it was going to be, but there is one more poll we got to look at because it's from Harvard Harris again, and Well, so much for this shit of, oh guys, Minnesota, he's gonna lose because Minnesota. Well, for starters, uh the how strong do you think the US economy is today? Right now, it's currently 50-50. It's 51% say weak, 49% say strong, which is still not good, but it is getting better. But the most important thing is a majority of voters approve the job Trump has done of responding to the anti-ICE protests in Minneapolis. Yeah, the majority are saying we support what he did in Minneapolis. I thought that was the end of Trump's presidency. I thought it was over. I thought Trump was not going to be able to come back from that. Turns out that's bullshit. All right. Just quick. That was the last thought. That was kind of the last thing. But I think that's it. Do we miss anything? Any last thoughts, anybody? All right. I think that's everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. We shall see you guys in the next stream, video, or wherever you see us at. Godspeed to all of you. Actually, one more super chat. Practice for 10. People are saying no to Puerto Rico because it would be Democratic, huh? They had a GOP governor now, and if the Republicans supported their statehood, they wouldn't a lot of support come on. Well, the thing with Puerto Rico is a very unique territory. It would be a very unique state. So it would probably be like a kind of a swing state, but more to the left, if I had to guess. But all right. We'll see you guys next time.